everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. New man on the so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday, and we are back again with that new phenomenon, that new show, Let's Talk Fantasy Football. And hey, I'm with some cool type of dudes. Let me tell you something. You see this man sitting here with the steel curtain behind him. My guy, Mr. Sidney Swinton. Yes, sir.
What's up, guys?
Yo, and you see the guy right under here, the guy that took sports management with me back in high school, way back when. My guy, David, how about them Cowboys? Right in the building. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great today, man.
I was gonna say it was a rough week for fantasy, but for myself, but we're getting into it.
Right. Yeah. It was a rough week for myself in fantasy, and it was a rough week for my team. Ladies and gentlemen, I am decked out in all my college gear. I got my North Carolina on. Got the North Carolina kicks on right now. No Washington right now. I wore my Washington on Let's Talk yesterday. Let's Talk Football. But I gotta get out of it. That performance, and which I'll say, I think it was more Buffalo and how great Buffalo is. Josh Allen looked MVP-esque, and I had him on. I started every Buffalo player I had on my team. I'm smart. I know how that goes in some of my leagues. So, but we have to get into it, guys. Man, this week, like you alluded to, it was rough for some and not for others. But the Let's Talk Football Fans League that is up here. Let's see what's going on. And Dave, talk to me, man. Standings. Let's start right there.
Well, we got a new number one in the league. Thanks to me. I took on the chosen one who was in the top spot this week, and I came out way ahead of the poor man. He had a real rough week though. Only put up 91 points. So Delilah is in first place. Her team is looking absolutely fierce right now. I'm coming up second. And the only other unbeaten is Brandon Davis. And that's going to be real fun because I'm actually playing Brandon this week.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on down there.
We're guaranteed to have one more undefeated team going into next week.
It's a good start for fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Now, so Sid and Sean. Now, I know you both said it was kind of a rough week this week. How'd you guys do?
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm kidding. I know how you did. You both suck.
I ran into Nick, the sleeping giant.
Yeah.
So Sid, you played Nick. We actually talked about Nick last week and about whether or not he was going to be able to pull himself out of the basement of the league. And he balled out. He put up 167 points. And there's nothing more that I love than seeing Big Nick Rosario.
Yes, sir.
The Chicago Bears fan being carried by Devontae Adams. I wonder how bad that hurt him.
Yeah, it hurt him. You saw him yesterday. It hurt.
But Sid got a combined 11 points for Miles Sanders and Hawkinson. So it's hard to win when you got two of your core players just not producing for you there. And then let's see, we had Sean going up against David Ferguson. Another blowout. Ferg put up 150 on you. He's got Alexander Madison over there putting up 21 or 28 points, and nobody else on his roster scored more than 20. Let that sink in. The man scored 150 points, and he only had one player that scored over 20 points. I mean, that is balance. Those are the teams that are hard to beat, where you're just getting contributions from everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 points out of his defense and 17 out of his kicker. That's going to help a lot too.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the Rams, they gave me nothing. I mean, they played the Buccaneers, but
Rams. I was thinking Ravens. You're right.
And then I sat Mike Williams. So I mean,
you did. I saw that.
I think he's a must start now.
Yes. Definitely.
I don't think he.
I actually have that written down. Mike Williams, 38 points on Sean's bench.
Mm-hmm.
You still wouldn't have won though.
No. What fooled me that first week, Debo went off. I had Debo in there, and he went off, and so then I'm just stuck with him.
You got a nice little receiving setup there, Sean. You got something to think about each week. You can play matchups, which is nice.
Yeah.
I know you guys saw what John Linney did over there, though.
Oh my goodness.
We got a new high score for the league this year at 181 points. Ooh. And he put it down on Sean's brother, beat him by almost 100 points. And that was another just absolute killer lineup, because let's see, he had Justin Jefferson for 31 points, and nobody else on that team scored more than 26. Ooh. So he was just getting it from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And his defense went for -3, and he still put up that many.
It still got it.
It's still, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. The top 3 scoring teams were all 0-2 before this week. So all 3 of the top scoring teams got their first win with the highest scores.
Yeah.
Nick, John, and who else?
Ferguson.
Was he? He was 0-2?
Yep, he's 1-2 right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and the 3 high scores. Interesting.
Ridiculous.
I do have to give Sid some credit over here, though, because when you go and look at those standings, his points for aren't bad. They're not great, but the man is getting absolutely lit up by everybody he plays. He is way out ahead in points against, sitting at 463. I believe the next closest person is at like 417.
Yeah.
So he's getting everybody's best week. He is 1-2, so I mean he's not that far out of anything, but that's rough.
And then I get to go against the absolute buzzsaw that is Delilah, who is currently in first place.
Yep,
she's killing it, man.
It's a rough
and
start.
We've also got another fun matchup. Both 1-2. Sean and Nick are going to be playing each other this week.
Oh yeah,
with Sean kind of trending down, and Nick might have turned his season around. I don't know. We'll see.
If yesterday showed you anything, Nick is on a rampage. All right. Nick is ready to go. And I fear that I'm right now though, I'm projected higher.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm projected to beat Delilah too, which is wild.
See? But that doesn't mean anything on game day.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm projected to, like, I think I had like a 8% lead on Brandon, but I could be mistaken on that. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, you're 127 to 120 projections on your game.
And I got to shout out my guy, Nick Rosario, who's watching, saying Sean is going down faster than a cheerleader on a quarterback. Lord! Nicholas! Bringing the smoke early, man. Unbelievable. Come on now.
Hey, and Nick, I don't know if you were watching a couple minutes ago, but kind of did a little spotlight on the fact that you got bailed out by a Green Bay Packer this week. How's that feel?
Ooh.
One half of The Last Dance, I think, is what it was. Devontae, right?
Oh, no, they're not. Bringing it back. Let's go.
All right.
Let's get it. Shout out to Dalton, also watching, saying savage. Let's get it.
What up,
Yes. Man, oh man. But hey, what do we got coming up though? Let's take a look at these week 4 matchups. We talked about it. I got Big Nick. My brother's got the team, the chosen one. I think that's my cousin.
Yep.
You got the 3 in those matchups. And Waddle House. I mean, after Tua went down, Bobby, man, what you talked to Bobby, Dave. How's he doing right now? I want to actually see if I can get him on here.
He lost another heartbreaker, and it was a close match. The guy can't catch a break right now.
Well. Right.
Who else we got coming up this week, Sean?
Let's see. We got Ash playing David Ferguson with the Ferg Steelers versus Easy Mac. Ooh, Steelers looking high and mighty. See if Dalvin Cook gets to play. And then we already talked about it. Delilah, the unstoppable force.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when Najee Harris finally showing up for her is huge.
Yeah.
I warned you guys at the beginning. She scares me.
Telling you. She's
Team is
legit.
very good.
Let's take a look at that real quick. He's definitely legit. My goodness. Stafford, Chubb, Harris, Cup dominating. And the thing is, Brown, he had the drops, but if he catches those, I mean, he would have dominated. I mean, he still got 13.
Yeah.
AJ playing good. The Cardinals, yeah. Let's go. Oh, I like that. Let's see what's working with that. So look, let's go ahead on into the other division, the other league that we are all in, the Family League.
Jerry World.
Let's go ahead and look at the standings. And even though in the Let's Talk Football Fans League, I'm not doing great, in Jerry World, I'm number 1. Let's get it.
I think the most important thing to focus on when checking out the standings over here is that everybody in this league is either 2-1 or 1-2.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Right.
There is no separation over here. We're 3 weeks in, and the worst deficit is 1 game behind. Obviously, my points for are they're lacking. They are lacking. Sean got me by like 70 points. But yeah, we got my other brother Dylan coming in, CJ, Sid's brother Seth, Ash, and Dalton. Those are your top 6. Everybody at 2-1, and then Sid's dad, my roommate Steven, Jason, Sid, my other brother Devin, and me all rounding out the bottom.
There we go.
Over here, my brother Devin, who I actually just got my first win against this week, he is looking very similar to Sid in the other league. He is sitting at 460 points against.
It's hard to win. It's hard to win when you get that much scored against you.
There are only, and there are only 3 people in this league who have more than 400 points against. And Devin's just so far and away out ahead. That's rough, man.
Yeah.
But like I said, this one's real close. So we had some pretty solid matchups over there this week too. Dalton got another win against CJ.
Mm-hmm.
See, we got Steven, my roommate Steven. I tell you what, somebody was shining down on this man, just smiling down on him. He put up the weekly high score at 150 points, even after he forgot to start a running back.
Ooh.
Yeah, an empty slot. Not, I forgot to swap out my run. No, an empty slot.
and still got the high score.
Yeah. He left 60 points on his bench and scored 150. So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, he has me worried.
Wow, Robinson comes in, he gets 25 right there. That's pretty crazy. Look at that.
And then,
Patterson got
so
16.
Sid, tell us what happened with you. You know, we got 95 to 131 against my brother Dylan.
Yeah, what happened is my two starting receivers combined for 3 points because they both went out with a hamstring injury in the first quarter.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it's kind of hard to win when you don't have two starting receivers. So that's pretty much the downfall of it right there. There's really not much else I can say about it.
Mm-hmm. That looks like it right there.
And it's not like my bench had much better because I had my next two receivers both out with injuries as well. Deontay Johnson and T. Higgins. So it was going to be a very rough week for me to try and navigate those streets to get that as a W. But it's all right. Hopefully some of them come back next week and I can at least have a starting lineup.
Huh. I see you got James White there. Didn't he?
He's gone.
Yeah, he's retired.
Yep, he is no longer. I don't believe he's any longer on my team. If I do recall, I think I dropped him already. I did. Yeah, we have moved on.
Let's see. I got to shout out Ash. She got the W this week, and actually, if we go back and look at the matchup last week, remember I said it was a 1 point victory. Yeah, I think somehow.
There was a stat correction or something. Which was
yeah.
wild.
And then we all go to law for the Thursday game, and all of a sudden Ash got the little congratulatory confetti.
Right. So I'll just take it back-to-back L's from Ash. You know what, man? Hey.
How very Detroit Lions of you, Sean.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I feel like the Lions, man. Where's my paper bag? This is ridiculous, man. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I
She ended
won.
up beating the Let's Talk Football League.
Yeah, I've never seen it switch like that. That was wild.
That was crazy. But yo,
Yeah.
shout out to her.
She ended up winning by .02.
Yeah.
Like .02, I think it was. Like,
I was like,
yes,
what?
0.02. It was 135.5
So
to 135.5.
What's that?
Yeah, it was 0.02. It was 135.5 to 135.52.
Mm-hmm.
Gnarly.
Oh, that's rough. And then
Yeah.
you come over here to the Family League and just got stomped out by Najee Harris over there.
It's ridiculous. This is just, it's been a rough 2 weeks. You know, let me just say that. It's been a rough 2 weeks.
So wait. Just a quick recap. So both of you lost in both leagues, correct?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. It looks that way.
And the Steelers lost. And the Washington football team lost.
I don't like where you're going with this.
Make it in. It won't
You know who
happen,
did
very
win?
often. So enjoy
Right,
it while
Who
it
did
lasts.
win was the
Exactly.
Cowboys.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
And me in both leagues. Just wanted to make sure I had all my facts straight, all right?
Wow. Shout out to my guy Nathan Snell watching, saying great rosters, y'all. Dalton says, of course Dylan has DK and Lockett.
Seattle lover.
Oh yeah. Let Russ cook. Let's go. Nathan's up here. Nathan said, would you recommend on who to drop an ad? We will definitely get into that in just a little bit. Nathan, stick with us. Let's get it. So who we got coming up this week in Jerry's world?
I know that I'm playing Ash.
Yeah, I got Steven who put up 150 with no running back. So
Oh,
not only do I get the buzzsaw and Delilah, I also get that buzzsaw. So hopefully I can survive.
The real fun part about the matchup with me and Ash, she has Dak Prescott in this league.
oh,
I've got him in the Let's Talk Football League.
They're gonna be cheering for and against. We all know you
I've
love
literally
Jerry.
done this every week. I think it was week 2. I played Bobby, and I had CeeDee Lamb and Kyle Pitts in one league, and he was going against him. And those two are the reason that I lost in one league and won in the other.
See that? The blessing and the curse.
Uh-huh. And then Sean's going up against Jason.
Yeah.
Jason's struggling right now. He lost Christian McCaffrey, obviously. I know I went to take a look at his team, and he also lost Jarvis Landry.
Ooh.
And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay. All right, let's see if I can get that W on there. I like that. Jacobs and Juju might be hurt. Okay. Hopefully I can get that. What else we got?
Go ahead and run through them.
Steelers.
What are the other couple matchups?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm regulated to pen and paper today. I'm actually at work as we speak and do not have another device to be able to keep up with these guys. So I couldn't write everything down.
Doing it old school. I like that.
Yes, sir.
There we go. We got Steelers Rule, who's definitely who's 1-2, playing team Putter Fingers.
So that's Ray versus CJ.
Yeah.
That's Sid's dad.
So Steelers Rule right now has looks like they got a 136 to 122 projection advantage. We got Mr. Roberts Neighborhood versus Mean Machine.
Oh, so there's Dalton going against my little brother, Devin.
Okay. All right, now Dalton's got the projection total advantage with 131 to 123. We talked about Hail Murray playing Make America Gronk again. You know, Hail Murray's got the advantage. Hold up. Wait. It appears that Dalton wants to comment on this. He said, no, I'm still winning. There you go. Rep that team. I like that. Oh, yeah. I see Ash and Dave going against it. David says you're projected to win, but don't hold your breath. Because Ash, I've been on the end of it twice. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And last but not least, we have Farewell Tour at 2-1 versus the boys below. Oh, yeah, both also at 2-1. And the second and the 14 playing.
It's mine and the brothers playing against each other.
There we go. Farewell Tour right now has a 138 to 127 projection total advantage. So we got some interesting matchups this coming week. I mean, yeah, I think both of y'all's matchups are the ones that everybody's eyes are going to be on. Hopefully, I can squeak through this week and just keep my title atop the league. You know,
I'm coming
I don't need
for
to
you.
get to. Oh, I know it. I don't need that much attention. Just let me just cruise to the playoffs, you know. Let's go. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, let's go ahead and move on. And hey, like Nathan was talking about, we talked about, you know, the teams and what we're looking forward to and how we adjust to certain things. Let's work on that waiver wire. Let's talk about that. Sid, I'm coming to you first. Who should we be looking at on that waiver wire? Who should we be really kind of trying to check out to maybe pick up on? You know?
Yeah, so unlike last week, there's actually quite a few names I think that stand out. We've had a few injuries, so it's time to look at those. The big one this week was Chuba Hubbard, obviously, with Christian McCaffrey going down.
Yep.
His backup usually is always good. But I would keep an eye on Royce Freeman as well. He is the other running back there in Carolina. So if Chuba's not the guy and he's not getting it done, Royce Freeman is the guy to look out for. I did stash him in one of the leagues. I can't remember which one, just in case Chuba's not that guy. I wouldn't start him or anything yet, but he's definitely a guy to look out for. from the tight end department, I did throw it out last week that Pat Fryermuth is going to step up. He did have 3 catches, 35 yards, and a touchdown. And when it comes to tight ends, it's hard to find those. So still throwing them out there. Captain Kirk Cousins, if you need a streaming quarterback, if he's still available, he is the number 4 quarterback in fantasy. There's a couple guys that at the quarterback position that could get you there if you're not happy with who you have. Example being Ryan Tannehill. I had him, and I've kind of been looking elsewhere. Teddy Bridgewater's not bad right now. Let's see, a couple receivers to keep an eye on with all the injuries going down. It's hard to say. So one I was looking at is with James White going down in New England. Now this is going to be weird because it's a running back that went down, but I would look at the receiver there. I can't remember now that I brought that up. I should have wrote it down. Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne is going to be the little quick out guy. Yeah. And normally that's James White's little dump off, so he might be a little PPR threat. Something to keep an eye on there. I think that is everybody I had in mind currently.
Yeah, definitely. Dave, what you got, man?
Obviously, Hubbard was the top of the list. Peyton Barber also.
Oh yeah, I just remembered it as he said that. Yeah, Peyton Barber.
Now, when I was looking over everything, Tim Patrick, wide receiver over in Denver. Their receiving room is decimated. But I really didn't like it. I looked it over. I looked at his upcoming schedule: Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas, Cleveland, Washington.
Wow.
Yeah. So, steady Teddy, I think he'll still be able to put up some numbers. So, if you're really desperate, you could go that route. But I really didn't like the schedule. And I know these guys may not – they may be rostered in a lot of leagues, but they happen to be available in ours. I know I said early in the year to stay away from Buffalo, and that's kind of what I've done. But I couldn't pass it up. Both Zach Moss and Emmanuel Sanders were available. And when I went to look at their schedules, they have Houston, Kansas City, Tennessee, the bye week, and then they come back at Miami, Jacksonville, and the Jets. I just saw a lot of upside in there. And even though I probably won't start either one of these guys, I didn't want them out on the market. Just a couple games in there that I felt like they could have been really good streaming opportunities for people. And I had some openings on my bench thanks to some recent drops. So, to be honest, I just stashed them. And if I do have an injury, great, they're there.
That is definitely a good fantasy strategy.
I do like that.
Take them off the waiver. You don't want somebody else to have them.
All right. Make sure they're there. Now, is there anybody that we should look to drop? I'm going to throw out a name right now that I've been kind of going back and forth on. Robbie Anderson.
She was dropped in one of the leagues I was in, actually.
Yeah.
And, through 3 weeks, you definitely can't start him. So if you need a roster spot, I don't know how you can keep him. He's had 1 catch, 3 catches, and then 1 catch. So it's granted that first game, the 1 catch was like a 50-yard touchdown, so it looked good on the stat sheet. But 1 catch, 3 catch, 1 catch that's not somebody that I want to start ever. So and they really like their rookie Terrence Marshall, and DJ Moore's the number 1. So really that makes Robbie the number 3. It's hard to give up on him though just yet, at least for me, because they just paid him in the offseason. So they like him. They just gave him a 2-year deal. So you would think they're going to get him going. But, as of right now, if you're going based off of what you've seen so far, he's got to be a drop, I think.
Yeah. Here's another one. We know that Tua is out and potentially coming back soon. But with Tua being out, Jalen Waddell.
I don't think you can drop him.
Yeah.
I think you gotta be patient and wait for Tua to come back. Whether or not you're gonna start him obviously depends on the rest of your lineup. But I said last week when we talked, I don't trust anything in Miami right now. But I definitely wouldn't drop him.
Shout out to Dalton saying keep Waddle. So, all right, I'm gonna give you another name, Devin Singletary. I mean, look, I rocked with him for a while, but he with Moss getting a lot of action and the fact that Josh Allen also has some mobility and runs a little bit, Singletary gets half. You know, Moss is. I think.
What percentage of carries has he been getting the first 3 weeks?
The first week it was all Singletary. Zach Moss was a healthy scratch.
Okay.
But the problem with Singletary is he's never going to get goal line carries. So if he gets a touchdown, it's 30 yards plus.
Right.
Anytime he gets close, it's either Zach Moss or Josh Allen. So you're never getting that touchdown bonus that boosts a lot of guys when they're only getting 30 to 50 yards.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's kind of where Singletary falls. It's hard to find a running back in fantasy football. So it's hard to just let one go that's technically a starter. But with Zach Moss healthy, Singletary's not going to be a guy that's going to get you more than 9 points a game.
Right.
Regularly.
Dalton saying he averages 12 carries. So he had 11, 13, and 11. But in that second one where he had 13, he had one big run that, and he had 80 total yards and a touchdown. So, yeah, you're exactly right on that. Yeah. Here's one that's close to home. Washington's defense.
Drop. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Drive out into the ocean. Put some rocks in the bag. Throw it. Let it sink.
Just let it
don't want
sink.
that one anymore.
Wow.
Sleeps with the fishes, man.
I respect it. I can't even be upset about it.
They're not the Washington football team of last year. That's
no.
Sure.
But don't worry. If you had the Washington football team defense, just drop them and go ahead and pick up the Cowboys defense.
Hey,
because they are going to
the Cowboys defense in a couple. I picked them up in a couple leagues.
Might have to do it.
I think Ash. Ash picked him up in one of the leagues.
I believe in the Let's Talk Football she did.
Okay. Yeah, running against Carolina with no Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good week for those boys.
Oh, I believe it. Let's see. We got. It said, "Hold on, don't lose hope. Not losing hope." But that bend but don't break defense is giving up points and yards. I gotta be honest with myself. I gotta be honest. Let's get it. Let me see. And one more of these.
You know who I was really surprised didn't get picked up this week? Josh Gordon. I'm kidding. I'm not surprised.
No,
how many times are we going to trust you, Josh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stay on waiver.
I'm telling you.
I ain't doing it.
I'm telling you.
The last time a Kansas City pass catcher not named Kelsey or Hill was relevant.
There it is. Everybody trying to make all this noise like Watkins is this, Watkins is that. I was like, all right, no. He might have been at one point, but no. Get out of here with all that.
Week one. And then that's it.
And then, and he's done. Now, on the flip side, we see on, we ask who you should drop potentially. Is there anybody that you're saying, okay, maybe I have my starting quarterback. I have my guy that I know I'm going to run with. Maybe even have a number 2. Who are some deep dives that maybe we should take a look at picking up?
My big one I like is Royce Freeman, the backup to Chuba Hubbard, just because he's a rookie. I'm not sure if they're going to like him as much. Last week was Freiermuth, and he got in the end zone, so I like that one. But those are the two that I think you can't sleep on. Just keep an eye out. You don't have to add them if you don't got the room, if you like your bench, but just keep an eye on them.
Dave, what you think?
I pretty much gave you everybody that I was looking at that if you have room for them.
Mine already. Sorry. Then I realized, shish kebabs, football. Forgot I'm doing this today.
Keep going. So, okay. Yo, sorry about that. My dear sweetheart, Catherine, came home and eating some sushi right now. So I had to greet with that. Got a question from Nathan Snell. Should I cut Allen Robinson?
I don't think you should cut him yet, but definitely shouldn't be starting him. I know for me, I would, if I'm another team in your league, I would not mind acquiring Allen Robinson to let him sit for a minute, because once they get their quarterback figured out, he should be the guy. He's still talented. He's been quarterback proof in the past. He's been with Blake Bortles and Mitch Trubisky, and he's always performed. So I don't doubt his talent, but their line is the issue right now. And until they get that figured out, definitely shouldn't be starting him. But I don't know if he can drop him. If I see him on the waivers, I'm picking him up, I think.
Now, I got to shout out my guy, Nathan Snell. He is in the Let's Talk Football Fans League. Or no, and he's in another one of my leagues, and he has scored 520 points,
Jeez.
yet is 0-3.
Look at the points against.
What are you in, a 4-man league?
No, we're in an eight man league.
Still,
he's got
600 points against.
Still.
Yeah. Getting killed. So that's why he's trying to figure that one out. Should he drop him?
In an 8-team league, I can see cutting out.
Yeah.
In 8-team league, there's plenty of talent to go around. So I'm thinking more 12-team leagues. You don't want to let him go. But in an 8-team league, I don't think I have a problem letting him go. There should be more talent out there that's available.
Right. I like that. So, let's go ahead and move on, ladies and gentlemen. I did want to touch on this. You guys we talked about it before the show, the Pickems League that we've been running. And let me go out here and say it right away. Ladies and gentlemen, you see me almost every day of the week. I try to be in your living room. I want to get dinner. I want to have dinner with you. I want to, make you feel okay. No, my baby said I can't say that. Okay. I'm going to tell you, we're going to edit that part out of here. All right. But listen, I got to see, baby, lose my train of thought. Daggone it. I have not been able to get down on this Pick'ems League, so I am resting in the basement right now. But I am eager to hear the updates, and this week we will make a resurgence. We will rise like the phoenix from the ashes. Watch out, baby. Let's go. So, Dave, talk to me about this Pick'ems League, man.
I'm gonna let Sid talk on that one.
Sid,
because,
yeah.
Currently, there's one entry in first place, and they're way out ahead. So go for it. Who's that?
Yeah, that would be myself and my lovely wife as a tandem. I mean, now listen, she's a Cowboys fan and I'm a Steelers fan, so it is very hard for us to agree on stuff, especially when it comes to football.
Right.
So we have been going and doing the pick'ems together, which usually get changed about 4 times before Sunday. And last week I got the best of it because I changed her Patriots pick to the Saints, which won, her Giants pick to the Falcons, which won, and she thought the Bears somehow were going to beat the Browns, and so I could not let that slide and made that change. And we are currently sitting, I believe, 4 games ahead of second place in the Pick'ems League. And we are not in the 99.9th percentile in all of ESPN. We've had a good run so far. We're hoping to keep it going.
I like that. Who's next, Dave?
Does anybody have it open?
I think I do actually.
Do you have yours open? Let me see.
I might have to go to a different screen. So
I do know that second place is Bobby. So Bobby's having a rough time in the Let's Talk Football Fantasy League, but he's doing work over here. He is four picks behind Ash and Sid, but keep grinding, Bobby. I don't know the rest of the rankings though.
I know I am in the basement. It is all good.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It is all good.
It could be worse, Sean.
Right now.
You forgot to make a couple picks. At least you didn't forget to start a running back.
Hey, that guy still got.
It's still one.
The highest points. All right, so I got it pulled up. So we got the Swinton household is currently at 36-12 with the picks. We got Robert Wills in second at 32-15. Dave Schaus at 31-17. Then we got Dayton Eisenhower, Chris Stoltz, both at 30 wins. A couple more down. You got David Wright at 29, Nick Rosario 28, David Ferguson 28, Delilah at 27. Jason looks like he might not have picked last week. He's at 23.
Yeah, Jason forgot his pick of the week.
And then down there at the bottom, you got Sean.
Oh, good gracious. Look it up.
I know you're a busy man, Sean, but
Hey, I got it. Hey, that's all good. Now we have this show, so I got a reminder. It's good. And when I come back and win this thing, because I don't know if y'all watch Let's Talk Football, ladies and gentlemen, but if you do, you know there's something I'd like to say. I like to say that the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but he that endures. And I mean endures a terrible start, almost like he didn't play. And he's going to make it.
You can pray to win the lottery your whole life, but it ain't going to happen if you don't buy a ticket, Sean.
Right.
Make the pick.
Absolutely. Here we go. I'm with it. I'll make those picks. Let's go. So definitely tune in. We will definitely be updating that and talking. Oh, I'm going to go back to Nathan Snell real quick. He was saying, so he has Diggs, Metcalf, Galloway, and Cup. So you can definitely bench Robinson.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sure. You don't have to worry about Robinson on that one. Here is something. We're going to go into another segment that right now is called Bet of the Week, but we're going to potentially switch that name up. My guys over here are avid. I don't want to say avid gamblers. I was, just you like to win. You're right.
So those who don't know, sports betting became legal here in the state of Arizona on opening night of the NFL. So Sid and I and a bunch of other people that are close to us we've been having a lot of fun. All the sports books opened and they were just handing out free bets and handing out free money to everybody, basically trying to get everybody completely hooked and turned into degenerate gamblers. Sid already was one, so he's safe. I took all the free money from all the sports books and I paid my rent this month. That was really fun. But I'm rolling it back. I cleaned out all the sports books and I'll jump in from time to time now. But man, that's a stressful life, Sid. I don't know how you go through every week with like 100 open bets. Like
it's a wild time. It's a fun time though.
Right.
Yes,
it's a fun time.
All right,
so explain this.
Yeah, if you can see, I wonder if it'll show it. Oh, because let me see, it's loading. I have 29 open bets currently in one app. I have, it looks like 13 open bets in another, and I haven't even gotten into like all my picks on Sunday. That was just a lot of college, but it's a good time.
Oh, I like that. Now, how do you go about that? Like talk to us. Like, how do you, like, for the people that don't know? So this being the first time we're actually gonna be talking about this. Like for me, I talked to you guys off camera saying that I'm a novice. I'm rook. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I got $1. What do I do with it? I bet on yellow, green. Like, talk to me. What do you know? Overs, unders, point spreads, money lines, anything.
There's a lot. So
yeah,
I mean,
Sid bets on everything.
There's definitely prop bets. I love it. But just to get started, it's best to go on the spread. There's this point spread. So there's a favorite team and an unfavorite, and the underdog. And there's the points. So you can essentially bet on the favorite to win by that many points, or the underdog to not lose by that many points. For example, I think Tampa Bay is minus 6.5 points right now against the Patriots this week. So Tampa would have to win by 7 or more if you took them. And if New England lost by 3, you would still win if you took Tampa. You would lose if you took Tampa, but you'd win if they took the Patriots, even though they lost the game. So the way I do it, I think a good advice to starters, or if you haven't done it before, look at all the games before you look at the lines, and you decide how many points you think a team should win by.
Yeah.
So you look at the Patriots Buccaneers game and you're like, oh, I think Tom Brady's going to beat them by 14 points. And then you look at the line and it's only 6.5. So you think there's going to be a 7.5 point difference on what you think is going to happen and then what the line is. So you bet the side you like. Good tip is Vegas always gives 3 points to the home team. So whoever the home team is will get an extra 3 points based on just them being at home. So if a team is like -3.5, they're barely a favorite if they're at home because they're only a 0.5 point favorite technically. Something just to think about, but and there's a whole thing you can get into about all this. But over unders, I like to look at personally how good the defense is versus how good the offense is on both sides. If there's a really good offense on both sides and the defenses are poor, I always go over. If there's really good defenses and the offenses are bad, I mean, always bet the under. Don't be afraid of the line itself where it is. Just be weary though, because some teams have a good defense and a good offense, and generally you don't want to just go based off of their good defense or their good offense. Those ones you want to be careful on.
Right. Nice. Yeah. Dave, what was your bet of the week, and which ones do you prefer?
Was that for me or Sid?
Yeah, Dave, you.
Okay. I just got into this. Sid was actually my mentor, helped me get into all the sports books and kind of start getting a feel for everything. I definitely stayed away from a lot of the parlays and a lot of the props because when you start getting all that stuff added on top of each other, and you got to check 4 boxes to win your bet. Yeah, if you win it, you're going to win it you're going to win a huge pot. But the amount of those bets that you actually win never made it worth it. I like stuff like this. My bet of the week. It's on DraftKings. It's in their weekly special, and we got Gronk for over 68.5 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. I like the props for a single player rather than adding multiple players into it where you need multiple people to do stuff. This is, I mean, I do any of us think that he's not going to get 69 yards and a touchdown going
returning to New England?
I mean,
yeah. Oh, yeah. In this game,
plus 450.
So plus 450 means for every $100 you bet, you get 450 back. So even a better example is if you bet $10, you get $45 back. So it's so when it's plus money like that, the odds it's harder to hit, but you get paid more if it does.
Oh, interesting.
And if you go and look, I mean, the vast majority of bets that you can find at a plus 450, the probability of happening is going to be so much lower than Gronk getting 70 yards and a touchdown. So that's what I really liked about this one. And that's it for me.
I like that. So I did, and I'm, like I said, Green, very, very much a rookie. I did a lot of the FanDuel stuff, set up the lineups and, one-on-one, or, I tried to stick with the smaller contest when put in 10, get 19 back or something like that. Or like they had like the little quintuple ups, you throw in 5, you get 25 back, stuff like that. Certain times I can hit with football and basketball, but I never really have gotten into the money lines and the prop bets and this player does that and this, I haven't done it. So this is all intriguing to me, man. I could sit there and listen to that stuff for hours. I was writing stuff on the side while you were talking. You know what I mean? I need to make some money. The anniversary's coming up soon. I gotta, prepare for a trip. So,
well, I'll definitely tell you. Like I said, I'm just learning, but you got a good teacher right next to you there on the screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say one of my favorite things to do, even as like a new bettor, is just go and look at the teams that you think are for sure wins. Like the Chiefs against the Jets, like they're gonna win. Like you know what I mean? Just teams that you think are locks. I mean, obviously there's not a lot of those because there's going to be some close ones, but I'm trying to scroll through mine. So what I do every week is I pick like 4 to 5 of my favorite like locks of the like that I think are for sure teams going to win. For example, the right now the Bills against the Texans. I have that one. The Titans against the Jets. Like the Chiefs against the Eagles, and I think my other favorite one was the Packers against the Steelers. So those are all bad odds if you're just betting like them to win, just outright, no points, nothing like that. So we're talking about the odds at plus 450. So for example, the Packers against the Steelers just to beat them, no points or anything like that, is minus 320. So you would have to bet $320 just to win 100. So, but what you do is you parlay all 4 of those teams that you really like together, and it gives you plus money. So when you get, even though there are a bunch of negative monies out there, you can parlay 4 teams together. Now you have to hit all 4. So if there's one upset, you lose it, but you can do that. Throw $10 on it. Generally, you can win about $80 to $90 as long as all 4 hit. So that's what I like to do because you're not betting the point spread. Because a lot of people don't get the point spread and it's kind of confusing at first. That one, you're just picking a winner. You pick 4 winners, put them in a parlay, throw $10 on it, and try and I mean, hope it hits. And that's usually a good one. Like last week, I did one and I barely hit because of that Justin Tucker 66-yarder. I thought the Ravens were going to beat the Lions, no problem. So that was one of my teams, and but it did hit. So I won. I think it was like $92 off of a $10 bet. So that's one of the favorite things to do as an early gambler.
Okay. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to try that this weekend. Oh, please believe that. and the first big bet I hit, definitely take you guys out to dinner. All
there you go.
Y'all said help me out. Definitely help me out. Hey, man. Hey, guys. Absolutely love this. I'm glad we were able to get on here. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to say again, I put out a little video today. David made a post on the Let's Talk Football group. We definitely want your questions, ladies and gentlemen. We want you guys to ask us questions like Nate, you were asking us about who I should start, who I should sit. Oh, wait a minute. We got some coming right now. Here we go. Out of these receivers, pick 3 to start. Fuller, Allen, Devontae Parker, Russell Gage, Galloway, and Marquise Galloway, and Tim Patrick. Pick 3.
So out of those, me personally, so Will Fuller hasn't shown anything, and they're using Jacoby Brissett as a backup. So the Dolphins receivers scare me. I love Keenan Allen. Justin Herbert's the man. Keenan Allen's a great receiver. Although David is a Tim Patrick hater right now, he's had a great 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and he is the number 2 right now with all their injuries. So I think I would go with Tim Patrick. The third one though this is where it gets tough. I would probably go Callaway this week. Out of the ones there. Now Will Fuller might have a great game, and then he's your guy going forward, but he just hasn't played yet, and it's a new quarterback, so I don't know if I trust him just yet to start.
Yeah, Dave, what do you think?
Can you read them off for me again?
Yeah. So Will Fuller, Keenan Allen, Devontae Parker, Russell Gage, Marquise Callaway, and Tim Patrick.
I think I just wound up with the same 3 that Sid did. Like I said earlier, I do not like the schedule coming ahead for Tim Patrick, but like Sid said, you can't trust anything in Miami. Callaway seems like, I don't know, he's going to live and die by Jameis Winston, and you never know what Jameis you're going to get, but I think that's a better bet than any of the other guys.
Mm-hmm. I gotta agree with all of y'all, man. I definitely do, because I think Marquise Callaway is going to eat with Jameis, and sometimes he'll be dry. He won't get anything, but he's going to use all.
We talked about him last week, and talked about him being a drop. I kept him just because I haven't quite given up hope completely, and I actually think that I might have dropped him for Emmanuel Sanders, but I don't know. That kid's future is such a question mark with Jameis, but I still think he's a better bet than the others.
Yeah. I got to shout out our buddy Janae Struther talking about should we start Schultz as a tight end?
Hey,
Stop
Janae,
it.
I just
Janae.
picked him up. Hey, I just picked him up, and I am starting him. Tight ends are hard to come
Too many
by.
mouths to feed. Too
Hey.
many mouths to feed.
You're right. And Amari Cooper's hurt, not playing 100%, and it seems like Dak likes Schultz more than Jarwin. Just watching the game, that's what it seems like. I also saw Schultz is on a contract year. He's only 25. He's going to go try and get paid after this season. So I think he's going to. I think he's just starting to go.
What
He
were
had
his
26
numbers
points
in this
last
game?
week.
Yep. What's that?
What were his numbers in this game?
He had 26 points. He had. Let's see. I'll tell you. Give me 1 second.
Basically, my point is the Cowboys put up 41 points.
Yeah.
And his numbers are going to be super minuscule. It like he got the receptions, he got that touchdown late. I mean that touchdown, it was probably like a 40-yarder.
He had 2 touchdowns. He had the red zone.
I'm talking about the one late.
The
He
little
had the
screen
like
pass.
the 40-yarder.
like
You take that
25,
one
30
play-
yards.
What was it?
Yeah, like 25, 30 yards. It was a little screen to him, and he ran it in.
Yeah. I'm saying you take that one play away from him, and that stat line isn't jumping out anymore. So I mean,
Hey, for tight ends are hard to come by. If you don't have one of the top 5 guys,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad
You're
at
not
those.
getting
I mean, you're not gonna get. You're right. You're not gonna get that stat line every week. But tight ends are like I had Noah Fant was good for like 3 points.
Yep. I have
TJ
him in one of
Hawkins
my
was
leagues.
good for 3 points. So it's
Yep.
like tight ends. I mean, if you can find one that gets targeted and it has in a throwing offense like the Cowboys, I know you don't like that they're a throwing offense, but they throw the ball a lot.
You know,
with that.
all I know.
So I mean, I'm not mad at having a tight end and an offense that's going to pass with a quarterback that I think can get it done.
Right. Yo, so keep it moving. The second take extra says the Packers or the Dolphins defense.
Rough.
Packers are playing Pittsburgh, right?
Yes. So yeah.
And then Dolphins are playing.
That's what I was just about to look up. They play the Colts. It's also a bad offense. That's tough. I actually started
Pittsburgh at home.
It is. I think it is in Pittsburgh. Let me just double check. No, it's in Green Bay. Just kidding. No, it's in
They're
Lambeau.
in Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's tough. I
So-
might lean towards Green Bay there.
Yeah, the Packers defense isn't good, but the Steelers offense is not either. So
And if
here's the
they're
thing.
at home,
I mean, here's the thing. As a Steelers fan, I feel like I've been through this. We always do this where we have this terrible loss to a team we should beat, and then we're gonna go play a great team, and we're
Dominate.
gonna look much better.
Right.
So, as a fantasy analyst, I think you should start the Packers defense. As a Steelers fan, I can very well see Ben having this bounce back game to where he's like, "Shut up, everybody! I can still play." And he has like 275 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Najee finally gets going. Like, it obviously shouldn't happen because our offensive line is very bad, but it is a very Steelers thing to do.
Yo, I shout you out for being honest. Janae over here laughing. Packers D sucks.
They do suck, but so does the Steelers offense.
Yo, James Zoo says, should I trade Damon Harris and receive Hubbard? I have a desperate CMC owner in my league, and he has a horrible running back, but a good wide receiver. I think we'll be able to trade Hubbard for Cooks, Evans, or Chase.
If you can guarantee to get one of those receivers, yes. Because Damian Harris for one of those receivers, I think is a great trade on your end. But if you get stuck holding the bag with Hubbard, I think you're downgrading because Hubbard might only be good for a couple weeks. That's the only issue.
that's
But
where I was going to go.
Yeah, I do love the Harris for any of them. Brandon Cooks, Mike Evans, or Jamar Chase. I think that's an upgrade for sure.
Mm-hmm. Start 2. Godwin, Ridley, or Lamb?
It's hard because CeeDee Lamb should be much better than he's been so far. I think Godwin is a lock out of those 3. I think he's definitely the best option.
Who is the second?
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
I would go Lamb. I just like Dak more than I like Matt Ryan. I mean,
I'm
that's
gonna
just me
go. I'm
personally.
gonna go the other way.
Godwin and Ridley.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're mad at starting either. Two of them at all. Like they're all
Yeah.
good. But that's what I would do. I like Godwin and Lamb. I think more.
I can see the Cowboys getting up early on the Panthers. And I don't see the Panthers having much way to respond without Christian McCaffrey. They're going to be one-dimensional. So I just don't see us airing the ball out a lot in the second half. So unless CD gets it quick, I think he's probably the biggest gamble there.
Yeah, I would say Calvin Ridley's going against that very bad Washington defense. So maybe this week, but
yeah. I got Mr. I'm not even gonna go with that. I'm gonna put it up here just because I think it's Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts. Mr. Grapefruit, come on now. I don't think you ever lean any. He said I'm leaning Hurts. You know better. Come on.
Hey, Hurts puts up points.
Well, that's it. Mahomes. Right, depending on who you're playing. But should I start Juju?
He's got bruised ribs. I'd be careful.
He's questionable right now.
Yeah, he's got bruised ribs. I don't think you start Juju. I think Deontay's the number one. Claypool's the deep threat guy. And honestly, I think Freiermuth's taken over that middle slot. Juju's going to get a couple catches a game, but he's never going to be the deep threat, and he's not going to be the goal line guy. He may get 4 to 5 touchdowns this year, so it's I hate to see it because that means he's going to walk next year, and I love Juju, but I just don't. I think he's not a part of the offense that they're running right now, unfortunately, except for those 2-yard dump passes. So I mean, I guess if he gets 10 of those, you're going to get 20 points, but it's gonna be hard to do.
Yeah. So shout out to Mr. Grapefruit, still talking, saying Casey's defense is bad, and he has a bad game and still gets 20 fantasy points. So
does Mahomes, though.
Yeah.
Does Mahomes have a bad game?
Well, right. Mahomes still dominates,
and that's the thing is, if Jalen Hurts is having a good game, they're putting up points. That means Mahomes is going to be throwing the ball because they can't run it.
Which means Mahomes is still better.
And I'd rather have Mahomes throwing the ball than Hurts throwing the ball. Personally.
Well, James said defense has nothing to do with QB production, though.
It can. I mean, if you're playing against the Washington defense, I like that quarterback. Whatever that is.
There seems to be a theme here, ladies and gentlemen. There's a theme. You know what? Brought to you by Tar Heel Nation, North Carolina, baby. North Carolina. That's my team right there. Yo, hey, guys, we've been on an hour. We have to let you go, man. It was so great being on here with you guys, talking this stuff. Tune in next week. Same time, same place, right? Let's go.
Yes,
6
sir.
o'clock. 6 o'clock, yo. Guys, definitely join. Shout out to Mr. Grapefruit in here. Dalton was in here listening to us. Janae jumped in here. Shout out to all you. Shoot us your questions. Shoot us your questions, your ideas, who you want thinking about starting, who you're thinking about dropping, picking up. Let us know where your head is at, and we're going to see if we can potentially get some of you on here and ask us a little quick, brief, where should I go? What should I do? What should I and tell us about your team. So definitely tune in. Hey, for me, Mr. North Carolina Tar Heel, not rep Washington right now, to Mr. Sydney Steel Curtain in the background, Swinton in the building. Yes, sir. And Mr. David, how about them Cowboys? Right. Yo, thank you so much for joining us. This is Let's Talk Fantasy Football. Yeah, see you next week.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion.
this. All right. I am Janae Struther,
Sean Spencer.
and this is Let's Talk Football.